Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dava Fadil Wahyudin with student number 24, 22, 00, and 25. Today, I would like to share about my summarize of material in the language acquisition course during this semester 3. Okay, let's move to the summary. Okay, let's move to the summary. In the second and third meeting, I learned about language acquisition. What is the language acquisition? The language acquisition is subconscious process by which humans develop their ability to understand and produce the language, either as a first language and the second language. So the goal of subconscious process is to achieve effective communication by perceiving, understanding, and using the language. In the language acquisition process, there's including the linguistic components. There are phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. Okay, next, there are the three types of language acquisition. The first is first language or L1. L2 or second language and foreign language. Okay, the first one is first language acquisition. This happens while children or baby learn their mother tongue. It is a universal process and leads to native fluency. And the second is second language acquisition. What is the second language acquisition or SLA? SLA is when someone learn her second language after his mastering his first language. And the last is foreign language. What is foreign language? A foreign language is a language that people do not use for everyday communication in that society. For example, this just for the academic purpose and the job purpose. All right. At the next week, I was learn about the second language acquisition or SLA. Same like the last week, the second language acquisition is the process by which person learn a second language after mastering the first language, either through formal classroom learning or naturally through daily conversation and daily interaction, right? In the next week, I have learned about the factors affecting of SLA. In general, factor affecting of SLA can be divided into the two factors. The first is internal factors, and the second is external factors. Right? In the first one, I would like to explain about the internal factors. In the internal factor is focused on personal characteristic of the individuals. There are have the 5 point. The first is age. For example, the children can be more faster to understand and produce the language rather than the adults because the younger brain is still fresh to absorbing the new language. And the second point is the motivation. There are the two motivation. The first is integrative motivation, and the second is instrumental motivation. The third point is personality. There are the have two personality. The first is introvert and extrovert. The introvert people are usually quieter, maybe stronger in reading and writing, but can lack confidence when he's speaking. So the second is extrovert. People with extrovert personality usually can interact more, and he is brave enough to speak, so can train speak skill faster. The fourth point is learning style and strategies. Everyone has a different way of learning language. For example, a visual learner and auditory learner. Okay, the last is affective factor relate to emotion, attitude, and self-control when learning a language. Next, I would like to explain about the external factor. They focus on the learning environment and social context. The second point is input and exposure. What is input? Input is all second language data received by student, both spoken and written. And the second is exposure. What is exposure? Exposure is how often and how much students are exposed to the language. Alright. The second point is learning environment, referring to the place and method of learning. For example, there are the face-to-face learning, online learning, and hybrid learning. The third point is teacher and teaching method. The role of teacher and the method are greatly influenced of SLA. The last point is social culture context. There are the material about the factor affecting of SLA. Let's move to the next material, right? The material is the nature of learner language. Alright, there are the three creative systems built by learner while acquiring a second language. The first is error analysis. Error is not the bad habit, but is the process of learner to produce her second language. By studying the error can help student to identify and improve her process to produce the second language. The next point is interlanguage. What is interlanguage? Interlanguage is the linguistic system developing by learner, and the language exists between the L1 and L2. This language is not perfectly L2. Alright, the last point is overgeneralization. Overgeneralization happen when a learner assume one rules work all in the case, which leads to incorrect language use. Alright, the next material is about the interlanguage. What is interlanguage? Interlanguage is the linguistic system developing by a learner while acquiring her second language. The interlanguage is exists between first language and the second language. Interlanguage is not perfectly a second language. There are some characteristics of interlanguage. The first characteristic is combine element from first language to the second language and learner rules. The second characteristic is scan fossilization. It will be happen when learner cannot improve to be the active learner. The last characteristic is grammar skill is a reflection from understanding. Okay, the next is stage of interlanguage development. There are the three stages. The first is initial state, the second is intermediate state, and the last is a final state. All right, let's move to the next material. The next material is social and discourse aspect of interlanguage. First, I would like to explain about the social context. What is social context? The social context is the environment and social relationship where the learning happens. There have the two types. The first is microsocial factor. For example, in the classroom interaction. And the second is macrosocial factors. For example, for the culture identity and language status. And the next, I would like to explain about the communicative comprehends. Communicative comprehend is ability to use interlanguage appropriately in context. The learner must learn how to organize idea and use a polite expression. That's all the summarize from social and discourse aspect of interlanguage. And next, we will move to the next material. There is psycholinguistic and linguistic aspect of interlanguage. All right. Next, I would like to explain about the psycholinguistic aspect. Psycholinguistic aspect is referred to the mental and cognitive process of learner while processing their second language. This aspect explain how to mind construct, organize, and modifies interlanguage. There are the two aspects. The first is cognitive process. For example, is testing the hypothesis for the feedback. And the second aspect is internal mechanism. It's a study in structured sequence by syllabus in school. For example, learning grammar. And the next is fossilization. All right, next, I would like to explain about linguistic aspect. Linguistic aspect of interlinguage is referred to the structural feature and language form of a language system that is developing in learner. There are the three aspects. The first is language transfer from L1 to L2. And the second is overgeneralization of L2 that is referred to morphology. And the last is simplification using simple grammatically. It's referred to syntax. All right, let's move to the last topic or material. There is the public lecture. And the topic is developing critical and creative thinking pattern through AI technology in the learning process. With the keynote speaker, Prof. Stella Christie, PhD. After I joined to the public lecture, I summarize into the four key points. The first is AI provide benefit in the term reach and volume or scale in the world of education. And the second is generalization. Generalization is apply knowledge in new environment and context. And generalization can be used by teacher to make sure their student understanding. And the third point is empirical evidence. Empirical evidence is the most important tool for teacher to make classes effective. And the last point is the best learning partner for children are their parents. Okay, this all the summarize of our topic in the semester 3. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.